Hello everyone, this is Eric again from Technical Analysis. We're doing daily stock videos, and today I'm going to cover Altria Group, formerly known as Philip Morris brand. Today is October the 29th, 2019. So let's start off looking at the 1 year chart. You can see we've been in a bit of a downward trend. We had one period from February through April, essentially, where we did pull back, have a nice little pullback, and then we continued another downward trend, and pretty classic downward trend until right about a few weeks ago. So when I add on the moving averages, of course the green is a 10-day, the red is a 20-day, and the blue is a 50-day. You can see that up until about a week or two ago, we appeared to be trading in one direction, and that was lower. But then we had a nice pullback, so that is actually lining up. You know, the moving average actually lines up perfectly well right now to move towards a bullish pattern, but it's not time yet. So you have this 10 right here at the very end. You have the 10, the green higher than the red, which is higher than the blue, so that means they're all in order, but that literally just happened. And if I'm going to trade a pattern with the moving averages, I specifically want to let that next trade develop a little bit before I get involved. So now I'm going to expand it out and take a look at the 5-year chart history of this stock, and you can see that there had been a ride up with the sort of peak back in May of 2017, and it's been much lower since then. And it's funny, from this angle, we appear to be continuing that downward trend. And I, of course, wanted to throw in the moving averages again, too. And you can see on this one, on the 5-year, they actually are all in line to go lower. Now let's take a look at this Fibonacci analysis. I just want to get a sense of what the stock normally does on a pullback. So this is still with the 5-year. Actually, this is significantly longer than a 5-year because I wanted to go back to the beginning of that trend. So that was 10 years ago, 2009, and we were on an up move really through beginning of 2017. At this point, we have just about reached the 61.8% level in this stock, and so we'll just keep that tucked away and look at the 1 year. So in a 1 year, here's one of the pullbacks and retracements that have happened, and that retracement actually got a pop higher than the 61.8% move. So it is possible for this stock to keep running, but what's interesting is that it seems to always at least reach the 61.8% level on a true pullback. So there'll be something to tuck away, keep tucked away. Now, let's take a look at the MACD. Of course, I've mentioned so many times how the MACD is less useful in a downward trending market. And you can see that even in this period from February, actually more March time frame, when we had a trend going lower for almost 6 months. You can see that we only got one cross above the zero line, and then a lot of sort of choppiness with that MACD. So recently, the MACD has pulled higher, and we'll see what's going to happen. It might actually cross again to head lower, which would be an indication of it being bearish rather than bullish. And I wanted to take a look at, and I couldn't help but look at a channel here, a trending price channel, and it may be a little loose on the low end, but on the high end, I think it's spot on. And what's interesting is that the recent stock price movement has pushed this stock up above the channel that had been established since April, this downward channel. But with this up move, we'll see. So to be honest, just jump down. I'm inconclusive on the stock. I'm gonna definitely wait to get more information. I just want to see, is there going to be a new trend established, meaning going higher, or are we going to continue this downward channel that I drew on the chart? The stock had been trending lower until recent pullback The 1-year moving average is lining up to be bullish, even though the 5-year is lining up to be bearish. And tell me, which one would you focus on? Honestly, I'm going to focus on the one that matches my trading horizon. So if I'm trying to pull off a quick trade, then I'm going to use the price range that is more likely to match the duration of my trade. If I'm going to do a longer term trade, then that 5-year bearish pattern becomes very important to me. Now, I want to mention the Fibonacci analysis because, the fact that both pullbacks that I looked at were roughly 61.8% level, that'll come in very handy in the future if you decide to trade the stock or the options on it, because you can almost say that, okay, if we get to the 30% pullback and it's a full-on Fibonacci analysis that we're doing, we will most likely get to almost 62% pullback in using these tools. So that's it. You've got, of course, the MACD is all over the place, as far as giving some white noise while the market was trending lower. But it does appear to be about to cross above the zero line right now, which would be another clear indication of a change in market momentum, and we'd probably start truly heading lower. And then this stock, of course, has been making a downward trending channel. I always like channels just because it gives me price ranges. I haven't always traded them well, but working on that and growing. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoy this stock analysis and these videos. Happy trading.